and welcome to the short round, all being brought to you by Wicked Fast Attire, of course, streaming live right here on True Cowboy Nation and KFYN 104.3 The River. I'm Katie Dixon, and joining me once again from Las Vegas, PRCA announcer Chad Nicholson and PRCA bull rider Jay Murray. Gentlemen, welcome. We're just going to jump straight into this. We have so much to talk about tonight. Before we do talk about last night, Chad, I got to ask you, there's always that one night at the NFR that just kind of seems like it didn't all fit together. Was that the night last night? Is that what we saw?
I think so. Watching this rodeo for so many years, when we get to the fourth round and you get through the first eliminator pin and you're starting to get through all the timed event guys, they're getting through all the cattle. The butterflies go away. They forget all about the first night of walking into the rodeo for the very first time for a bunch of them, and they're finally all settling in. And we'll see this process happen as we go throughout the week. Tonight is round 5. Round 5 will take us completely halfway through the livestock for all the guys, and round 6 we start settling in even more. So that's the fourth round thing that I always see each year. So we can start seeing that leaderboard moving around.
Let's jump straight into it. We're going to start off with the bareback riding. And Jay, I'm going to throw this one to you. Ty Brewer, 90.5 he scored. But what an amazing ride that was as well.
Yeah, Ty Brewer, the 3-time National Finals Cowboy from Mandan, North Dakota, rides Risky Business of Brooklyn Rodeo Company. Awesome horse. Had a bunch of ducks and dives and really an eliminator. But Ty handled him beautifully. And, when you listen to Ty talk about it, he didn't even know he was bucking and doing those moves. Ty was just doing what he knows how to do. But hats off to him for winning his first go-around with Buffalo ever, Thomas and Mack. And that is his first check of this year's regular national finals. They just had a baby girl last month named Kate Lee, so congratulations to their family. But also placing tonight, Wyatt Denny takes the 87-point score, Owen Larson, 86, and Bill Tudor finally gets on the leaderboard with an 85-point score.
Let's talk about the steer wrestling now, Chad. JD Struxness, he won it with a 3.6-second run. However, a few slip-ups in the arena last night.
Yeah, a few slip-ups there. As we talked about earlier in the week, these guys were having a hard time rating these steers for some reason. But, again, the settle-in factor, J.D. Struxness, who Jay and I both picked to win around earlier this week, finally dominoes in the money. And it was tight, 3-6, 3-8. So we'll see what happens in round number 5. Don't count J.D. Struxness out.
Yeah, Tyler Wegespat came in here in the top 3, actually sitting 4th, but moved away to top 3. And last night he's on that horse named Scooter that the top 3 guys are all riding. He slipped the horn to be a fast time last night, and that has taken him out of the average race, opened up a door for Tyler Pearson, who is 2nd in the world, 2nd in the average. So that really changed things around. But still, long 6 purse left.
All right, let's talk team roping now. And we had a tie last night. Jay, tell us more about that.
Yeah, last night, still another rough night team roping. Night before they missed 8 steers. Tonight they made 6. Like Header Tom Richards has missed the last 3 in a row. You don't see that top 15 caliber. I'm looking for Tom to get on his game. But taking the leaderboard last night, splitting the round, was Luke Brown and John Fortune, the veteran, and the young gun, Dusty Excusa with a 4.1. Also coming in there was Clay Smith and Paul Eves, and then Roger and Pescas. They keep sneaking up that leaderboard and being very consistent in team roping. So overall, it's still a pretty good team roping.
That it was, and I was talking about it last night. Not a lot of people realize just how tiny that arena is. So when the header catches, there's not a whole lot of room to go anywhere. Let's talk about the saddle bronc riding. Chad, I want to throw this one to you a little bit more. Ryder Wright finally wins around 89 points last night. What an exciting ride that was.
Oh, they win a lot of money on that horse, Pony Man from State Smith Pro Rodeo. Ryder Wright, of course, the Wilderness Circuit is my home circuit that I do announce most of my rodeos in. So to watch these rat boys and Ryder, especially growing up and just coming out like he owned it, and he did. That horse made him look so good. And Brody Crest right there, right behind him. Brody's due. There's another guy right there waiting in the wings. He placed 2nd with an 86. And then Heath DeMoss got by one Kid Rock from Brooklyn Rodeo Company as well for a big check. So going to move into tonight's performance. Tonight, I think they call this the TV pin tonight. But Dirty Jackets or Rich and Fancy's out tonight. A lot of great horses that they've won a lot of money on in the NFR. And I'm going to take Hardy Braden on Powder River's Rich and Fancy to win a third round at the NFR.
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I know that the friendly competition between you and Jay is still going on. Jay, tell me more about tie-down roping. Now, this has been an interesting NFR so far for tie-down ropers. Cooper Martin won it last night with 7.6, but yeah, once again, it looked like they were having trouble down there in that arena.
Well, tonight it was definitely a little slower. We only had 3 guys in the 7-second mark. It was a slow pin, some soggy calves that are having a little struggle. Like Trevor Brazil, he was going to be a fast time. He misses Huey, goes 9.4, but he's still number 1 on that average, and he's one to beat. But Cooper Martin, he did a half pitch. Instead of 2 wraps and a Huey, he does a half pitch. He gambles. It pays off. He's 7.6 to win the round. The 20-year-old, first time here at the NFR. Congratulations to him. But on the opposite end of that is Caleb Smith, world champion. He also did a half pitch, but his captain stayed tied for 6 seconds. He gets a no time. So that's the difference between make or break on the half pitch. But overall, Marty Yates gets on the leaderboard with 7.7. Shane Hansey, the world champion 2013, to 7.8. And Timber Moore at 8.2. But Tough Cooper still holds the lead at 205,000. He's 4th in the average.
All right, before we move on to the barrel racing, Chad, I got to ask you, a lot of people talk about the ground when it comes to barrel racing, but the ground doesn't just affect the barrel races. It affects everyone when it's, bad ground that night or it's hard or whatever the case may be. Do you think it affected the tie-down ropers last night?
Oh, I think if it affects the barrel racers, it's going to affect everybody. One night we smashed 2 records in the barrel racing. Everything goes great. The next night we come out and, horses fall and bucking horses are stumbling and, calf horses are sliding a foot further than they should. It just, it's dirt. It's weird. Is there a rhyme or reason? One night they cheer it, the next night they cheer it. I don't know that there's a solution to that answer other than whoever's working that dirt in there is doing the best they can.
Let's talk about the barrel racing now, Jay. And I know you've been keeping a really close eye on the barrel racing. Like Chad just said, round 3, they're breaking records. Round 4, it just seems like everyone was having such a hard time down in that arena.
Yeah, after round 3, it got the hype up in the building. So barrel race is the second most watched event. And, and the fans were getting into it. The horses started falling to the point where it was almost scary. You're holding your breath around the first barrel and the third. So women are talking in the back. And I talked to Amber Lee Moore a little bit. She says she's watching it and being at the end of the dirt, which the last few girls, it was an advantage this time instead of a disadvantage because they're watching, hearing, and seeing what's going on. So instead of taking these barrels really tight, like Amber Lee Moore, she checked her horse up 3 times last night to make sure it was underneath himself and getting his feet. And that paid off. Get a 13.56 to win the round. But I'm sure they got figured out. I'm sure some girls had some discussions last night with the PRCA, but they are doing the best they can. But Ivy Coronado gets a 13.58 placing. Tacey Bettis, and then that world champion, world record holder, Haley Kinsel, she gets the 4th place.
Let's move on. Finally, one of the most popular events, the most popular event, bull riding. And you know what? We kind of went, ride after ride with everyone bucking off, and it was getting to that point, like, are we going to see someone ride? Then we came out and Trey Benton, wow, what a ride. Riding for 87.5 points. Chad, how exciting was that?
Oh, it's awesome. So happy for Trey, having a good week so far. 87.5 points, had a sweet ride on that bull. Joe Frost, 83 in the 2nd spot. Jay, I got to ask, is Sage Kimsey starting to get a little concerned after last night's unsuccessful performance?
Now, Sage don't worry about that kind of stuff. He knows his ability. He's a 3-time Ram world champion. He knows how great he is. You can't control all the factors. And last night was the eliminator pin, and he had a bull that bucked and threw it dirty. He just didn't counter that move. So Sage will regroup tonight. He'll stick it on tonight, and I have no doubt he might ride the rest of his bulls throughout the week.
Now, Chad, I've got to ask you quickly, Chad. We've talked a lot about Joe Frost this week as well, and you were talking the other day about just how smooth he's riding. He had another fantastic ride last night. So he wanted to watch.
Yeah, and tonight he's drawn Jill's Deal from Bar T Rodeo Company, which is a Utah contractor. So I've seen him ride this bull. He's won money on this bull. This bull should fit him to a T. There's a lot of great matchups in the bull riding, but I'm going with Joe Frost on Jill's Deal from Bar tee.
You know, all the positive about bull riding. I'm going to talk about something negative. I don't agree with it because this is my opinion. I had a chance to talk about it. Is this year all money counts for the NFR. So if you're the only guy to stay on the bull ride and you win $84,000, the money in the round, that counts for the world standings. So if Trey was the only guy, that would count. So he won $33,000 last night, which bumps him clear up to third in the world. That's a lot of money in one rodeo, which I personally don't agree with being a bull rider, but you have to deal with it. So, yes, Sage has to be knocking on his back door. But you can't forget about Ty Wallace as well. Ty's riding really good. He rode Canadian Bull of the Year last night. I thought he got shafted a few points. He was only 80.5, but that's part of it. But anything can happen with this kind of money mounting, this money added per round, especially limiters. You might only ride one or two bulls.
Gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us tonight. You know, when it comes down to the all-around, both Brazil and Cuba didn't take home any money last night, so there's no changes there. But we are going to get out of here because round 5 is about to kick off. I know both of you guys are going down to the Thomason night tonight. So once again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and obviously we'll have you back on tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us tonight on the short round. Make sure that you check out Wicked Farms. They have a booth down at the Las Vegas Convention Center, also the Sands Expo Center. Big thank you to Wicked Farms, Attire.com, major sponsor of the short round. For Chad, Jay, and myself, Katie Dixon, thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night for another round of the short round.